Happy Pi Day, everybody. It is March 14th. So we've got pie in the oven, and I thought I would take a few minutes to do a video today. And I want to talk about class offerings. It is that time of year. Our students are signing up for classes for next year. And I want to talk about what our classes are specifically in our program. um, this does not mean our program is better, bigger, stronger, faster than anybody else's program. It's just the way we do things. Um, we have a full day of theater classes. We have two full-time teachers, one part-time teacher, and a part-time dance. She's part-time dance, part-time. She does yearbook another part of the day, and we hire in guest directors and choreographers on top of that. So we have a very active program. But our class offerings, and kind of the difference between some of the classes and what you get when it comes to a theater education. You can take theater in the middle schools in our district, and they have a general theater which covers a little bit of everything. Little depends on the school, depends on the teacher. A little bit of acting, a little bit of drama, as in reading analysis. Not really deep analysis at the middle school level because you want them to enjoy it and get into it. Um, and then a little bit of tech, and sometimes they do shows. We're trying to get back into that after COVID. We had a good start a few years ago. We had our middle schools were kind of partnering. We've got elementary schools that feed into the middle schools that feed into the high schools, and our middle schools were partnering and doing shows, and that was working out. And then COVID, and now we're just trying to get those programs back up and running. But so in our school specifically, you can take drama. Now, a lot of people don't necessarily know the difference between drama and acting. Drama classes, sometimes our kids don't know the difference between drama and acting, so they sign up for drama class thinking that it's acting, and really, drama is uh, kind of a combination literature, history, culture class. You are reading a lot of scripts, starting way back at the beginning of theater as we know it, kind of with Greeks. Sometimes a little bit of storytelling, getting into that mode of how theater developed as an art form. It's talking about theater structures, talking about dramatic analysis, which gets into literary styles, and it is not so much a performance-based class. Some people really like that. Dramaturgs are incredibly important in theater, especially when you get to the college and professional level. Not so much at the high school level. We kind of have to do our own dramaturgy work, but that is in fact a job. If anybody didn't know that or was interested, the people that do the research for productions, they're called dramaturgs, and they are vastly important and underrated. Uh, then acting is the performance end of things. So that's reading the scripts, analyzing the script specifically for character, and uh, picking things apart from a intent, and how you are saying the lines to deliver the intent that the author put into it. So that is a whole nother uh, type of reading. It's reading with intent as opposed to reading for information, or what you're trying to get out of it. Getting up in front of people and speaking, which is huge. Public speaking used to be kind of a required class in a lot of schools. It's not anymore. I really think we should be getting back to that because people don't know how to stand up in front of other people and speak, and it's a skill that is absolutely necessary. Um, my dad worked in human resources for years, and he he always said if somebody could walk into his office, shake his hand, introduce himself, and speak eloquently, he could train him to do any job in the plant. So um, public speaking, even in front of small audiences, is incredibly important and kind of lost skill. So um, we have musical. We have a musical theater class. It is called vocal technique. It is not just singing. It is not just musical theater. It's um, different. It's not even really an audition class, but it's taking shows and monologues and specifically doing movement, actual vocal technique, and then how to use your voice for characterization. It is kind of it's an advanced acting class, but it also blends music into that because musical theater and choir are very different things. So we do have a great choir class as well. So there's vocal tech. Those are our performance-based classes. Then stagecraft. That's what I teach. Stagecraft is the very basic. Stagecraft one is basic level safety, types of theaters, theater systems, tool use, um, basic lighting systems, basic sound, all of the really rudimentary things that you need on the technical end to put a show together. We talk about different types of theaters, and we operate. We have we have a large theater, we have main stage, and we have a studio theater. So we talk about arena and thrust and how you build for that and how you light for that, and then of course basic scenery construction. Um, Stagecraft 2 is same as Stagecraft 1, except now they've had the vocabulary and they have the understanding. So it's more, instead of me teaching them the basics, it's them really getting their hands dirty. Here's the plans, here's the plot. And I bounce around and I make sure they don't have questions, and they do a really good job. This year is kind of getting back to uh, this year was kind of like having a whole day of Stagecraft 1, because even the Stagecraft 2 kids, because of COVID, hadn't been in the shop. So they read the cookbook, but they never got in the kitchen. And that's been challenging. After 6 months, they're really, really getting good, and I really enjoy working with them. I enjoyed working with them anyway, um, but now it's great because they really are, especially with the dance shows and the studio show that we're doing right now. Uh, it really has been me giving them the work and them working their way through it, and I'm just bouncing from group to group to solve problems and answer questions. And then we have an honors version of that. We also have an honors of vocal tech, um, and the honors version of Stagecraft is they are essentially the student TDs. So they are in charge of the projects, and there's a little bit more analysis, a little bit more analysis in a different way, different kind of analysis. We have design on the books, but it's never run because we've never had enough people to do the class. I think we have to have a 14-person minimum. But if you're out there and you're interested, I would love to teach a design class. Um, we do have a costume shop. We've never run a full separate section of costumes as its own class. We tried one year, and then COVID. Um, COVID just ruined everything. So we're climbing back after that. And and then we have our after school classes, which are stage management practicum. So that's all of the crew people, not just the stage managers, but all the crew people. And theater practicum, which is the performance end. So if you are in a show or if you are working backstage for a show, those after school classes actually on the books, they are audit classes, so they go on your transcript, but there's no number attached. And you do get a grade, but there's no GPA number attached to them. So colleges can see that yes, you have done this class, but because you can take it over and over again, it doesn't count towards your GPA. So those are our classes. Those are what we offer. We also have a club. We have the International Thespian Society. All of our high schools have a chapter, and that's with whom we work with. With whom we work with. That is run with the Educational Theater Association (EDTA). We like them a lot, um, and they have a lot of resources for theaters. But uh, ITF is the festival. ITS is the service organization, kind of like think Key Club for theater kids. So it in our district, if you can get to the school, if there's like if we've got a kid at one school, a kid at Tremper who wants to take a class at Bradford, or the other way around, and it's not offered at that school, like if we have a class that they don't offer, students can come from there for that one period a day as long as they can get there. They have to figure out transportation. There are city buses. And then that allows students to get a little more exposure, be in different buildings, and it's really great. It would be better if we had better transportation, but that's something to work on. So that is how we run things in our program from a class structure. And if you are interested or curious at all, hit me up either Facebook or um, you can look at my personal Facebook page or the theater Facebook page, either one. Um, or my website also has my contact info. So thank you very much. Enjoy Pi Day.